my dear students. I hope everyone is well and fully prepared for your semester exams. Now we don't have a lot of time left anymore. I know all my students are spending good time in doing revision for your exams. So what's the best way to do any kind of revision? The best way that you can revise for your exam is to simply watch the video lectures which I have uploaded earlier related to the chapters which are coming in your exam. In the previous 2 revision videos, we have done the 3 chapters. We have revised the 3 chapters from course book which are coming in your exam. Today we will take up a short revision of grammar topics. From your grammar book, we are going to have conjunctions and prepositions. So let's revise. We have first done conjunctions and then preposition. So let's do a revision. But I want to again remind you to watch the video lectures related to these topics which I have uploaded earlier. It is very important that you go through the discussions of these topics in the video lectures so that you are fully prepared to give your exam. Now talking about conjunctions. In this topic, what have we learned? We have learned that what are conjunctions? So in simple words, conjunctions are your connecting words. These are those words which we use when we have to connect, join, combine any 2 words, any 2 phrases or any 2 sentences. And we have to make them into a shorter one and easier one. Then we also learned the types of conjunctions. We have coordinating conjunction, subordinating conjunction and correlative conjunction. Talking about coordinating conjunction, these are those actually the simple and easy ones. The easiest way in which you can learn all the coordinating conjunctions is to remember the acronym FANBOYS. Am I right? We have discussed this acronym so many times in the online class also. So if you remember FANBOYS, it will be easy for you to frame your sentence. Then you must also remember the punctuation rule, that you have to put the comma where? Before the conjunction or after the conjunction? I will not tell. Please give this answer to me in today's comment box, that when you are using any coordinating conjunction, what is the rule of punctuation? As we have discussed in the earlier video lectures. Next, subordinating conjunctions. In subordinating conjunctions, we have one dependent clause, one independent clause, and we usually join them by using subordinating conjunctions. And the acronym was SWABITS. SWABITS. This was the acronym to learn all the subordinating conjunction words. Right? Again in this we learnt a rule of punctuation which you will again tell me in the comment box. When you will watch this video, write the rule of punctuation for both coordinating conjunction and subordinating conjunction in the comment box. Then your third one is correlative conjunction, which is also known as pairing conjunction. Why? Because whenever we are using correlative conjunction, we are supposed to use 2 conjunctions together. For example, either or, neither nor, not only but also, both and. Right? So this was all about your conjunctions. I know you people will be easily attempting all the answers of your exam related to conjunctions because you people have given me good response in the online practice class as well. Next topic, prepositions. Now what are these words? Prepositions are words which join the nouns and pronouns in any one sentence, which basically complete your whole sentence. We also learnt in the video lectures that almost in English language, almost in every sentence there is at least one preposition, isn't it? That's what we learned. Then in preposition we also got to know about the types of prepositions, like preposition of time, preposition of place, preposition of movement, preposition of degree and all the other things. Preposition of agent also was there. So the most easiest way of remembering preposition is just simply remember in, on, at, into, onto, up, down, to, for, towards, inwards, among, between, after, before. So all of these your prepositions. And then we also learn one more thing, placement of your preposition, like using a preposition with any noun, using a preposition with any verb, using a preposition with any adjective. All these things we have discussed in the previous video lectures, which you people must watch for revision. Okay, go through the examples which are given in the video lecture, go through the examples which are given in your grammar books, and you will be fully prepared. When you will sit and do the home assignments of the video lecture, if you have not done or if you are still doing, it will be like a practice for you. Okay, students? So prepare well. And regarding your English exam, as you know, there are two parts, part A and part B. So part A is objective. You just have to choose one option. But in part B, subjective, all the marks that I will give to you will be completely based on your response. Please remember some important points related to your English language exam. First of all, neat and clean handwriting. It is very important that on your subjective type answer sheet, you should maintain neat and clean handwriting on every page. There should be proper gap in your words, proper gap of lines in your answers. Don't divide your answer in two sheets, like 2-line answer you are writing on one sheet and then continuing that answer on the next sheet. No, please don't do that. Write your full answer in one space only. Maintain neat handwriting, clean handwriting. Bad handwriting, it's not going to be good for your marks. Okay, it's very important. Next thing, your spellings. I know some of you, orally you will know the whole answer very well because the story will be very well understood by you. But when you write the answer, at the same time your spellings are equally important. So please take care of your spellings. Do not be in a hurry to complete your paper. Take your time, think before you write. Utilize all the knowledge that you have gained through the video lectures. So your handwriting should be good, your spellings should be correct, your grammatical performance, like when you are framing the answers of the questions in the subjective part, your grammar should be good. Write the answers in your own language. Please do not use bookish language. Do not pick up and copy sentences from your book. Write the answers from your own understanding in your own words, in your own language. That will really make me happier when I will check your answer sheets. Okay, students? So from my side, for your English exam and for your all subject exams, all the best. Give your best. Do the exam with a cool mind. Relax yourself and try to give your best, as this is the first experience you will have of giving online exam for semester. Alright? So keep cool, keep calm and give your best. I will see you all after the exams will get over. Okay? Take care everyone. Bye-bye.